Howdy, gang. This is episode number 4 of Rickman Weep. I am super happy to have y'all here. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to another week of my life. Welcome back to another segment of me talking about shit that happened throughout the week of my life. It's the show of my life. No, not really. It's just me ranting a bunch of bullshit that I think you'll find interesting, or at least my take. I think you'll find my take interesting because maybe I'm an interesting guy. Maybe I'm an interesting guy and you just like me. And that's why you tune in every week. That's why I'm becoming a big success with my 10 downloads I got last week. Yeah, big success. Big success, dude. Big success. Repeated myself 3 times. Oops. I'm not going to do that anymore. Although I just did it twice. Fuck. Anyway, dude, welcome back. Keep repeating myself. So what's been going on in my life? This past monotonous ass week in quarantine. This is week number 4 in quarantine. Holla. This is week number 4 in quarantine, and oh well, dude, we're just stuck in quarantine. We're stuck in quarantine, and we're gonna keep being stuck. We're still going to be stuck in quarantine. We're going to keep on being stuck in quarantine because quarantine is life now. Quarantine is life. Dallas extended their stay-in shit until the 15th of May. So that's a little upsetting, but whatever, dude. That's life, dude. And if the world doesn't spin, then something's really wrong. Literally, if the world does not spin, if we're not a giant rock in space spinning, something's really wrong. I think we're in a simulation at that point, and we should all be really scared. I think at that point, a higher power has intervened, and they're just like, all right, I'm going to hold this right here. Time is officially stopped. You see, like God just holding the planet, just like, all right, guys, you need to chill out. You need to chill out and stop fucking around, really. So yeah, dude, it is 5 a.m. I am recording this wicked early because, hey, I ate Wingstop earlier because I always eat Wingstop before I record the show, but this time it got to Daddy, and Daddy passed out. Daddy legitimately passed out. I ate Wingstop, dude, and I couldn't hold it together, and I fell asleep, and I was like, all right, if I fall asleep, I gotta wake up at 3:30 in the morning and prep the show and then record. So, funny story, I actually recorded a solid podcast before this one that I was gonna go with, but then my damn ass cat hopped on the counter, and then the audio froze, and then I was just freaking out, staring at the camera like a moron for 10 minutes, and I was like, I don't know what to say. The audio messed up, man. So we're re-recording, and now it's even better, dude. Now it's even better because my damn ass cat has fallen asleep, and the audio isn't gonna freeze because I fixed the problem. So here we are, 3 minutes in, and I'm coming at you full force, dude. So brace yourself. Brace yourself because I got a lot of shit to talk about. On this episode of Rickman Weep, basically, my life has changed a little bit. I've started working again, which is kind of cool. I've started showing houses again, which is kind of nice. I got a few clients in town, so I don't have to zoom around Dallas. So I'm up north. I'm in Denton. I'm in Denton, Texas, because that's where I live. I'm in Denton, and that's where I'm at. I'm in Denton, Texas, showing houses, which is cool because I know Denton pretty well. I grew up here, so I recommend everyone goes to Denton every now and then just to check it out. And if you don't like it, dude, buzz off. Actually, you know what? Don't even show up. It's just going to get worse like it's getting in Austin. Don't even come, dude. Denton sucks. Don't come to this place. It doesn't suck. It's a cool little town. It's a cool little artsy-fartsy town. I will say, though, I don't know how to categorize myself because, listen, man, there's a lot of, boy, this is going to sound really mean. I can't stand this, like, hipster culture, man. Why does everybody have to be so unique? Why does everybody have to be so unique and annoying? Why does everybody have to wear like really old shit and act like they're in the 60s and just have that weird funk to them? And I don't know, man. I mean, listen, like, it's cool. I think the hipster scene blew up in like from 2008 to maybe 2000, like, I don't know. I'd say maybe 14, 15. It was the thing. It was the thing to be hip. It was the thing to wear skinny jeans and wear like big ass glasses and flannel shirts and just be kind of douchey, dude. But whatever, dude. Times are changing, and I'm scared that this audio is messing up again, and I'm terrified of that. Honestly, I don't know what the fuck is going on with the software, but nothing's running in the background. I don't know why it's doing that. So let's pray it's going well. So yeah, that's what's been going on in my life. I've been showing houses, which is kind of cool. Taking the proper precautions because hey, baby, I'm essential now. I've been essential. I've just been at home, staying safe. But anytime I go out, I'm always gloving up, dude. I'm always gloving up and I'm always masking up and I'm looking like a shitty Mortal Kombat character. But hey, what else do you want me to do? I gotta make stacks and eat steaks. Cause if I'm not doing that, then I'm not living my life as usual. So we all gotta start working again. Although I will admit there have been a lot of protests going on lately, and these protests have really stirred up the crowd, man. These protests have really stirred up the crowd, and to be honest with you, they've kind of bugged me a lot. They've kind of bugged me a lot because, listen, I, like you, if you're right-minded, want to go back to work and fuel the economy and live your life as usual. And also, I'm conflicted because I do not want this stupid virus to spread, nor do I want it to spike again and cause issues in the near future where we're all going to have to quarantine again. So we just all have to be very careful about how we go about this. The point is to slow the spread of the virus, not to intermingle and spread it even more. So large crowds, avoid. The thing about these protests, though, is that they're all large crowds. They're all large crowds of stupid people literally bashing nurses and calling this shit like a conspiracy and fake, while the death toll just keeps on skyrocketing, dude. And I'm not an advocate of the really far right or the really far left, as I've mentioned in my prior podcast, because I don't swing either way, man. I'm very moderate and very rational, and a lot of the people that are at these rallies, man, they're really into Donald Trump, and you know, I'm not gonna give my opinion on that guy, but on the commander in chief rather, but it's just a little scary because these nurses are literally getting bullied, dude. They're getting bullied, and I'm gonna point this out. It might just be how the media is portraying it, which I'm almost certain that's how it's going. It's just the way things are going right now make everything seem extremely dicey, more so dicey than things have already looked. And I think we can all agree that we all feel very uncertain about the future. I'm going to quote Jim right here. I'm going to quote my boy Jim Morrison. The future is uncertain and the end is always near. And sorry, but dude, that guy's right. The future is uncertain and the end is always near. The end to something is always near. I'll tell you what the end to a lot of things are. Handshakes. Dude, I don't want to shake your hand. Sharing drinks. I don't want to share your drink either, bro. Oh, and large gatherings of large crowds. I don't want to do any of those things. So all those things are gonna end eventually. And hopefully things are gonna go back to normal, and they won't end, you know. But with time, for now, we're just gonna have to keep it together and not shake hands and share drinks and gather in large crowds. But hey, if these asshole protesters want to gather in large crowds and get sick and then get naturally selected by Mother Nature, I'm not gonna stop them, dude. Hey, bro, you want to get naturally selected? You should gather in large crowds and bully nurses all your fucking life, because guess what, dude? You're probably going to catch it. You're going to catch the Rona. And I'm not trying to say that you should all die, but I'm just trying to say, like, hey, maybe you'll learn your fucking lesson and not bully nurses, because they're out on the front lines trying to protect y'all. They're out on the front lines trying to give you good health services, and you're just being a bitch, dude. Yeah. So, anyway. On this episode of Rick'em and Weep, Rick just complains. Nah, dude, it's just weird. It's a weird world out there, and we just gotta all take it in day by day, because things are rapidly changing day by day. So, yeah, we have to keep an eye out for things. So, yeah. Anyway, what else has gone on in my life? Gone on in my life. I ordered this sick ass tapestry. This tapestry, there are 5 of them. It's kind of like the Mona Lisa. You know how there's only one Mona Lisa? Well, there's only 5 pieces of art like this, and they've obviously mass reproduced them. But the one I ordered is called, I think, The Lady and the Unicorn. Now, if you think that's fruity, do me a favor and jump off a bridge, because you uncultured art swine. You don't know your art? Are you kidding me? There are only 5 of these. They're called the Unicorn Tapestries, and I think they're French. But the point is that I ordered this tapestry, and guess what? I got a package in the mail, and I was really excited. And guess what, dude? So this piece of shit Amazon guy, and listen, I love Amazon, but this is the one time they've let me down, hardcore, nasty style, which I will never forget. This Amazon dude, I saw him on camera because we have a security system, and he came up to my door with the package, literally ripped open the bag, nothing in it. And this dipshit just looked at it funny, set it down like nothing, and then took a picture and walked off. And then I was like, what? How is this possible? How do you deliver literally an empty bag that's been ripped open, dude? How do you do that and just think it's okay and just prance away like nothing, dude? Prance away knowing that the person supposed to be getting the thing they paid for is going to be pissed. I was so mad, dude. I was livid because I've been waiting for this thing for like I think almost 2 weeks, because I think the wherever it's coming from is really far away. So yeah, it's a giant ass tapestry, and it's very beautiful, and it's very upsetting that Amazon let me down, and I reordered it. So we'll see what happens with that. It's supposed to come in a couple days, I think 2 days or so. So yeah, did I mention it's 5 in the fucking morning, dude? It's really early. So here we are. It's dawn, dude. It's dawn of Rick'em and Weep. It's dawn of episode 4 of Rick'em and Weep. Welcome back, everyone. Yeah. There's this guy that I've been watching on YouTube and Instagram. He's a French dude that owns Tomahawk Mopeds. Tomahawk Mopeds is a moped repair shop in San Diego, I think, or San Francisco, one of those two. Okay, listen, I'm not going to talk about mopeds, all right? I feel like I bore the shit out of people when I talk about mopeds, but I just want to talk about this French gentleman. Sir, I don't know your name, but I'm a big fan of you, all right? I'm a big fan anytime you ride mopeds, because you do a certain thing that I love. You get excited. This guy gets excited. He gets excited, and this is the noise he makes. You know, he's hauling ass down the street, and then he goes, woohoo! And it never ceases to make me giggle. Woohoo! He's just, dude, that guy's going like 50 miles an hour, and he's just like, woohoo! Woohoo! I'm gonna woohoo my ass all over the place whenever we can go out. I'm gonna woohoo my ass to drink a margarita because I need to get shit-faced after this, dude. After this quarantine, I think we all need to get shit-faced out in public, because it's time, man. It's time. People are going literally nuts inside. But that's what this French gentleman does. It's the most French thing on the planet, to be honest with you. He sounds like a Mario brother, but he's actually French. He's not Italian. He's a French gentleman, and I really like his work, and I really like that he likes mopeds, and I really like how cool he is, and how well he speaks French. Well, he's a French guy, so I took 4 years of French, um, 5 years of French, and I think 6 years of French. So, listen, my French is okay. I wouldn't say it's great. It's very basic. Now, writing French, that's where I fall short, because writing is really hard, because literally you say a word, and in writing it could mean three different things. So you have to know the context of past, present, and future, but it all sounds the same. So I guess in writing you can tell, but whenever you're saying it and you're trying to learn it, you're just like, oh, what did you mean? When? What time frame are we talking about? So it's really weird. The grammar is really interesting. It's just, dude, I'll be honest with you. I slacked off in my French 1 and 2 classes when I was in college, because I was just like, wow, I'm way in over my head. I was doing really well, but I sucked it up. And my for French too, this lovely lady that was teaching ended up getting face cancer, and she basically had to cut the class like off. And we all started working in groups, and that's how I passed, baby. That's how I passed. My French teacher got face cancer, and she let the class go and was like, here's your final. Y'all can work in groups. Peace. So I hope she's well, and I hope her face cancer got fixed, but bless her heart, because she was a really nice lady, and I really liked her. And I always showed up late because I thought the class started at a later time, but it turns out it started an hour earlier. So I thought me showing up late was me showing up on time. And anytime that happened and I walked in late, people were always like, dude, why are you late? And I was like, oh, I'm not late. And they're like, yeah, you're like an hour late. And I was like, oh, I didn't know. Sorry. Oops. Whoops. Oops. Oops. My bad, man. My bad. What else has been going on in my life? Thankfully, not this time. I'm not going to talk about shows, because that's all I talked about, I feel like, last week and the week prior. I haven't watched anything interesting, so I saved you. I saved you a good short segment on some stupid shit I watched. I just haven't watched anything. I haven't really been interested in watching things. I do watch King of the Hill quite frequently, which I love. I love King of the Hill, dude. If you don't watch King of the Hill, I don't know, but you should watch King of the Hill. It's a great show. It's a really old show, and it's a great show, and they have a lot of seasons, so you should watch it. It's like, so there's Beavis and Butthead, made by Mike Judge, and then there's King of the Hill. And King of the Hill is cool because it's based out of Arlington, Texas. And if you know anything about Richardson, in like the 80s, early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s, 2000s, whatever. Richardson's cool. So it's based out of Richardson, like based off of Richardson rather. And so, like I said, there's Beavis and Butthead, and then there's King of the Hill. Beavis and Butthead is not family oriented. King of the Hill is, and I feel like people don't understand that, you know, there are adult comedy cartoons like Family Guy and Futurama, and, you know, you could even possibly say Rick and Morty. But the thing about, here we go again, talking about fucking TV. I'm sorry, guys. Anyway, King of the Hill, animation, old school, but check it out. It's great. Especially if you're a Texan. If you're a Texan and you don't watch King of the Hill, dude, shame on you. You're not a real Texan. Straight up, dog. If you're a Texan and you don't have something that has a Texas flag on it, guess what, baby? You're not a Texan. You're not a real Texan. My bad. You get out of Texas because you aren't a real Texan. So, I have shorts that have a Texas flag on them, and guess what? I fucking love them. And if I could wear them everywhere, I would. But they don't have any pockets because they're swim trunks. But I cut out the swim trunk lining or whatever, like the lining on the inside, the underwear lining, because that shit was really uncomfortable, and I just like the shorts a lot. Whew, boy, that was a mouthful. So yeah, Texas or die, dude. A lot of people are gonna be like, dude, you're weird. You like Texas too much. But you know what, dude? Texas is the shit. I went to California, and I was like, I can't wait to get back to Texas because, no disrespect, there are a lot of fruitcakes in California. And I'm not. That was not a gay slur. That is not a gay slur. I just mean like there are just a lot of like there's a lot of a lot of wimps out there, man. They're nothing like us Texans. They're nothing like us Texans. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's where we're at, dude. Lately, I've been obsessed with German guns, especially this rifle that goes by the name of the Car 98. I believe it was constructed or invented in 1891 or 1898. Not really sure. Probably that one. Anyway, I'm really obsessed with it because I think any gun collector, I'm not saying I'm a gun collector, but I would like to be at some point. I would like to buy really old guns just because they're really old and they're collectibles. But this gun in particular was used in World War II by the Germans. And I'm sure you can put that all together as like who used those guns specifically. And that is not necessarily the reason why I want them. I just want them because they're really old and they're classic guns. And it's a great little rifle. Not that it's a little rifle. It's actually a really big rifle, but it's a cool rifle. And I've been playing Call of Duty World at War because, dude, back then you couldn't play that game. And World at War is just based like World War II. It's based off of World War II. It is World War II, really. And you just see a lot of old guns, and you're like, whoa, these guns are really cool. But the Kar 98 kicks ass, dude. It's a great gun, especially if you like sniping. So, not that like I'm gonna be sniping anytime soon, but long range shooting wasn't considered gentlemanlike, and it was more like a bitch move if you shot someone from like 1,000 yards away. But you know what, man? It's war, and hey, we started dropping bombs from planes. Like, if that isn't a bitch move, I don't know what is. You know what I'm saying? I think dropping bombs from a plane is more of a bitch move than me sitting in a field sniping. Although they're both pretty, like, cowardice in the sense that, like, these dudes are untouchable. Depending on the sniper. I mean, they're not untouchable, but, like, you could probably get away with sniping and dropping bombs from planes and shit like that in war more so than actually being in the front line. Like the guy that got his arm blown off in Saving Private Ryan, and he's running in the beginning of the movie. Like you're not going to get away with that shit, dude. Like, sorry, bro. There goes your arm and there goes everything else. So, yeah. I'm sorry if you don't like guns, dude, but guns are very interesting. They're tools. And don't give me shit about me liking guns because, sorry, man. I will admit, I saw this meme, and this meme basically had a whole bunch of guns laid out on the table, and it goes, if you go far enough left, you'll start liking guns again. And I completely agree with you, even though I'm not super far left. Like I said, I'm a moderate and I'm in the middle. Yeah, so there's that. I just think it's funny. Very cool. Whew. Listen, I'm going to come clean. All right? And this is going to go into a whole spiel about fucking caffeine. I am a caffeine addict. I absolutely positively love caffeine. And I don't know if I've mentioned it in the prior podcast, but I'm a caffeine nut, dude. This is how my life goes. These are the 5 main things I ingest. These are the 5 main liquids I drink. All right? Number 1, water. Number 2, carbonated water like Topo Chico and Bubbly, which are delicious, by the way. I highly recommend them. And number 3, Red Bull. Number 4, espresso. And 5, just regular plain old coffee. Now, Red Bull and espresso, dude. I will, if I don't get caffeine at least, let's say, once or twice every 2 days or so, I will go crazy. There will be a nut that comes loose in my head, and I will be fiending for caffeine like a guy fiending from not having his fucking drugs, dude. Not that I've done like meth or anything like that, because I haven't, but like I imagine it's like that. because that's how it's portrayed. People get really desperate when they don't get this shit, and that's how I feel if I don't drink some caffeine. So I really, really dig the Red Bull, and I especially like the espresso. The only thing about espresso though is I only get it from Starbucks because I think that's basically the only coffee shop you can go to that has a drive-through and you won't get shit on because we're all in quarantine. So Starbucks is cool. I'm not a giant Starbucks advocate or Starbucks fan. I actually avoid trying to go to Starbucks. But Starbucks, I dig it. I like their espresso. I get a triple shot of a small cup, whatever the fuck it's called. Dude, that's another thing about Starbucks that fucking drives me nuts, alright? It's like, I'm sorry, man. I'm not going to memorize the sizes. I'm not a Starbucks fucking fiend. Like, I don't go to Starbucks every goddamn day. I'm not... How can I put this? I'm not like a Starbucks advocate, you know? Although I will admit, Starbucks is like white girl central. If you want to go hit on white girls, dude, go to Starbucks. Like, that's where they all congregate. They all congregate at Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, or Bed Bath and Beyond. If you're trying to hit on a white girl, go to one of those three places. Although right now we're in quarantine, so I don't really know how much your luck is gonna go. But maybe you could wave at someone from the parking lot or like from your car in the drive-thru. But that's where they all congregate, dude. Sorry, but yeah, espresso, man, love that shit. Just sorry, don't know the sizes of Starbucks. I just know a bunch of cute white girls go there. Not that like it's only white girls that go there, but like I'm sorry, that's all I see. It's just like white girl central. Like, my bad, dude. Just coffee shops in general. Like, you want to go hit on some chicks, dude? Go to a coffee shop. They love that shit, man. But yeah, I'm obsessed with caffeine, and I gotta get my caffeine in about an hour and 30 minutes. At 7 o'clock, guess what I'm drinking? Some coffee. I should just get an espresso maker, to be honest with you. I just fucking invest and do that because it's so much easier than driving to Starbucks. All right. Because Starbucks is a plague against humanity. I'm just playing. It's not. Although it's very fucking annoying, I will admit. Yeah. Let's see. What else has been going on? Well, I don't know, Rick. What else has been going on? I actually have a list of shit I wrote down. Oh, get this, dude. Oh my god, this is so stupid. Man. On this episode of Rickham and Weep, dude, I'm running this shit without internet because I'm not gonna mention any internet provider names. Frontier, fuck you. Dude, they have like a battery pack that's died, I think twice, and we've had to have someone come out and fix it. Get this though, we're in quarantine, and these jackoffs are like, oh, sorry, man, it's gonna take a week for us to get out there. I'm using my hotspot, and I'm gonna get charged out the ass, so that's no big deal. Fine, I got stacks, I could do it, no sweat. The thing is though, is that I have shit to do. I have very important shit to do for work, cause if I'm not doing that, I'm not doing nothing. So I got to do my work with the internet. And on top of that, I'm basically sitting in the dark in my room because I have a smart TV and guess what? My smart TV, oh, wait, it uses internet, dude. Thank God I have a large library of awesome movies that I can watch at any given time I want. But the point is that I've seen all these movies and I don't want to watch shit that I've seen, So there's that. It's just really annoying, dude. I hate how the world legitimately runs on the internet. Why can't we just live like it was 1992 and not use the internet? Why? We always sympathize with how things were back then. I legitimately think the world would be a better place with all that shit. The internet has rapidly changed everything. Without the internet, I'm sorry, homies. I'm sorry, family. We wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be watching this. My podcast wouldn't be a giant success. Just kidding. It's only gotten like 10 downloads the past week, which is kind of cool. I don't know who the hell's listening to me, but whoever you are, thank you. Shout out to Michael Brown, because I know he's going to listen to this, and I love that dude. That guy's very supportive, and you should all be supportive because He's a leading example of what a good friend is. And hopefully, we'll be riding mopeds soon. So, Mike, if you're hearing me, here's a shout out, bro. Thanks for the support. But yeah, man. So that's what's been going on in my life. Nothing really crazy. Although, before I was recording this, I actually had a nightmare about drinking caffeine. Funny enough, I don't know if you guys have ever had a Full Throttle or a NOS. I used to drink those all the time, dude. And I had to stop because at some point while I was working at Texas Roadhouse, Texas Crap House a few years ago in Austin, I swear to God I was going to get a heart attack. I was like, whoa, I've never felt a sensation in my chest ever, and I feel like I'm going to die. And I kind of just stood there like, I might die in a Texas Roadhouse. Can you imagine that? If I died in a Texas Roadhouse, I would come back and haunt that place. I would come back and haunt that fucking place because I'd be like, dude, sorry, I died here and my soul is eternally damned because I died inside this shitty ass restaurant. Just kidding. Roadhouse isn't shitty. I really like Roadhouse, actually. I have very fond memories of Texas Roadhouse, but the thing is, though, is how mediocre is it to die in a Texas Roadhouse, dude? Probably pretty mediocre. I actually saw a guy propose at a Texas Roadhouse, and it's really shitty because this guy was, like, crippled, and, like, he had, like, I don't know, a fucked up leg and a cane, and he was weird, and I don't know. But the thing is, though, is that he proposed. It's not that he was crippled. It's just the whole situation, just an accumulation of a craptacular way to like propose. He basically like got up on a table and was like telling the whole restaurant to shut up, and he shouted at his fiance who was literally like 2 feet away from, not even 2 feet, like a foot away from him. Dude, like it was like if she was sitting next to me, and he kind of stood up with his janky ass leg and was like, attention everyone, I have something to say. And it was just really awkward, and he yelled at his fiance just so everybody could hear. Dude, if you propose at a Texas Roadhouse, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say no, and I'm gonna find a new fiance because, dude, have some goddamn class. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Fucking peanuts on the floor and shit, and country music blasting out the ass. Like, come on, man. Are you kidding me? You couldn't have proposed at a fucking, like, I don't know, a nicer place? Proposed at a park? Dude, proposed in a parking lot anywhere but Texas Roadhouse, man. So annoying. So annoying. So annoying. Oops, I proposed at a Texas Roadhouse and I have no life and I'm crippled. Oops. Oops, my wife probably drives me around and I have to park in a handicapped parking spot because my leg's janky as fuck. Oops, and I have no sense in culture and love and proposing. So, yeah. Honestly, put a bullet to my head if I ever try and pull some shit like that. To my future wife, if you ever do watch these episodes, kill me if I ever pull some shit like that, you know? I don't even know if I'm going to get married, to be honest with you. It's all up in the air. So, I don't even have a boo. I'm just saying. If that were to ever happen, and if you're watching this, future wife, fucking shoot me, please. Just put a bullet in my head. Yeah. Yeah. It's been really nice out lately. It's been super nice out. I hope it stays like this. But I know it won't because it's going to get to like 110 degrees out. And literally when you walk out, it's almost hard to breathe. It's like, it's extremely hard to breathe very dry air because the air is just hot. It's just hot air. And it's gross. And on top of that, my car's black because when in doubt, black it out, baby. Black is my favorite color. Black and like lilac, which is hilarious. Lilac kind of reminds me of Go-Gurt, you know, or not Go-Gurt, like Trix yogurt, which is the shit. I love Trix yogurt. But yeah, dude, it's gonna get really hot soon, which sucks. So, oh, and it's even better because guess what? We're in quarantine and everything's closed. So we can't even swim. So there's that for you. There's that for you, dude. We get to be really hot and inside. Yeah. I mean, we get to be inside. But, you know, if you want to go outside and get really hot, that's always an option. Anyway, dude, that's what's been going on in my life. Yeah, there's something I wanted to mention about dreaming. I can't fucking put my finger on it though. Oh, dude, nightmares, man. And we go back to dreaming. Sorry, I'm skipping around a lot. It's just me literally rambling for 40 minutes. I've limited this podcast to 40 minutes because I feel like anything over 40 minutes, you're just gonna be like, oh, this guy has no material and he's just talking about shit, which I typically am. But this time around, I came mildly prepared. I'm like that kid that shows up to class that barely studied and he passes, but he passes with like a 69.5 and the teacher just pities him. He's just like, sorry, bro. I guess I'll round it up. I guess I cut you some slack. I like you. Fucking four eyes. I guess I'll cut you some slack, dude. So that's how I feel. Anyway, um was it nightmares or dreams or just dreams in general? Um dude, I do dream a lot. I am a weird sleeper. I dream very, very vividly. Uh I I I've tried to lucid dream. I do occasionally write down my dreams if they've been really interesting, and I try and write them down with as much detail as I possibly can. And if I've ever told you about my dreams, you'd know they're very elaborate and very long and drawn out. And I don't know if you know this, but right, you remember everything. You're dreaming basically right before you wake up. And as soon as I wake up, I write my shit down. And it's very cool because if you start doing that and you start getting accustomed to writing, your dreams down, it's a way to start training for lucid dreaming. And it's kind of cool because once you write your dreams down, you can actually start remembering, them like a story. You're like, "Oh yeah, that was in my dream." And I remember it's almost like remembering a memory, but the memory is a little bit more clear because you wrote it down and you have a precise idea of what went on. So, that's kind of cool. That is very cool. You should try and lucid dream. You could basically do whatever you want. I've lucid dreamt, once or twice in my life. It's very hard to do. Extremely hard. Whenever you're trying to fall asleep, you're trying to trick your brain into staying awake. I'm sorry, you're trying to trick your body into falling asleep and your brain staying awake. So yeah. Um sorry, I was looking at the timer. So yeah, you're trying to trick your body into falling asleep and your brain staying awake, but it's very hard because you have to keep completely still. You can't even fucking swallow your saliva. And it's happened a couple times. And the times that it has happened, it has been cool. But the times that it hasn't happened, I've been stuck in sleep paralysis. I don't know if you've been stuck in sleep paralysis, but it isn't fun. It legitimately feels like Satan's watching you from the corner of your bed and you can't fucking move. And it's very fucking scary, dude. I think there's a whole documentary on that, but it's very legit. It's very fucking scary because you're paralyzed and you're kind of like, fuck. You're kind of just sitting there and you kind of have to snap out of it somehow, but it's happened a couple times. So, mind you, that is a possibility and there's a chance you will get stuck in sleep paralysis. Not that I'm a dream expert or sleep expert or anything. I'm just telling you what's happened to me. Oh, yeah, about this nightmare. Boy, we're talking about two nightmares in one episode. Wow, weird, Rick. Jeez, don't get all emotional now. Um, Basically, I had this really fucked up dream earlier this week, and I dreamt that my father was on his deathbed, and it really freaked me out, man. It really freaked me out more than it has freaked me out about any other weird nightmare I've ever had. And I woke up basically I woke up frowning. That's a legitimate fact. I woke up frowning and was really upset. And like I had mentioned, I'm a very weird sleeper. I only sleep 4 to 5 hours a night. That's just how my internal clock works. Unless I'm really tired, obviously, I'll sleep longer. But typically it's 4, 5, 6 hours. I don't sleep that much. So if I do fall asleep, I'll wake up at like 3:30, 4. And hence why we're here at 5:30 in the morning. So I'll wake up pretty early and just kind of lay there. But I dreamt my dad was on his deathbed and he was laying on the couch and it was so vivid and it freaked me out, dude. It freaked me out so much that I had to see my dad. So I got up at 7. So I'm living with my folks right now because they plan on moving towards the end of the year. And when they move, guess what, baby? I'm booking it. I'm booking it back to Austin because my destiny lies in Austin. Anyway, the point is, I woke up really early and I had breakfast with my dad and told him that I dreamt he was gonna die. And I don't know how that makes you feel or how it makes people in general feel, but if someone were to tell me that they dreamt that I was gonna die, I would be like, whoa, you had a premonition, and I think you might be right, and I hope you're not right, but let's just pray you aren't, because that's really fucking scary, and I'd be scared. But, I love my dad. I love my daddy. He's a good guy, and I don't want to see him like that ever, so that really freaked me out. That's just the gist of what I dreamt. I don't know if you have nightmares. I'm sure you do. I would love to hear about them if you recall any of them, because they're very interesting. Your subconscious, I think it's your subconscious. It really plays tricks on you when you're asleep, and it's scary, man. Dreams can be very scary. Dreams can be very scary, and especially if what you dreamt actually happens. I'm not saying that, you're a psychic or I'm a psychic or shit like that happens when you dream it, but there's always a chance that something will happen. So there you go. Who knows, man? Life is just weird like that. Life is weird, and we're stuck in quarantine, and we're going on week 4. Woohoo! Woohoo! This is the French dude. This is the French moped dude. Ready? Woohoo! Woohoo! That's him. That's him. Woohoo! I'm going to be woohooing my ass around town after quarantine. Yeah. So, there's that, man. Whew. I hope you've enjoyed this episode as much as I have, because I had to record it twice because my damn ass insole cat jumped on the counter and then the audio froze, and I was kind of just like kind of staring at the camera like a fucking mook. Like a mook. What are you, a mook? Some sort of mook? Get out of here, you mook. You fucking mook. Dude, if you haven't seen Mean Streets with Robert De Niro, you should watch it. It's really good. But yeah. I've just been mooking around for the past literally almost 2.5 hours trying to get this shit straight. Recording without any internet. I'm using my hotspot. Am I gonna get charged out the ass? Yes. Is that okay? Yes. Am I gonna pay it with stacks? Yes. That's okay. That's fine. It's no big deal. Does Frontier fucking suck? Yeah. Frontier. Listen, man. You bought Fios. You bought Verizon. Fine. Whatever, dude. But you've really disappointed me. So you better tighten up, man. You better tighten up, and you better get shit together. Also, do you like these curtains? We got longer curtains. The Kiss, the Gustav painting is covered up. It's a cool painting, but I'd say it's probably like maybe not maybe my top 5 of his. There's one called The Serpents, which I really like. I think it's called The Serpents. It's like these 2 ladies laying down. I have a really big one of that in my room. Anyway, the point is it's covered up now, and I got some curtains. And the lighting is impeccable, and I look like $1 million, dude. Yeah. Anyway. This has been episode 4 of Rickham and Weep. I am very grateful to have y'all tune in. So I hope you enjoy this episode. And everyone, stay safe, cover up, stay in quarantine, don't go outside, don't be a mook, and go get your Starbucks, ladies, because I'll be hollering at you from my car, getting my espresso, getting my small espresso, which I don't know what the fuck the size is actually called, but I'll be hollering at you. Just playing. I'm just joking. I'm not trying to be creepy, but maybe I am. I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, peace out, guys. Take care, and I will see y'all next week. Bye-bye.